Welcome, everybody. It's Speaking It Real. We're back. Same show. New presidency, new year. Let's see what happens. I got here my wonderful co host, Carlos, and Ovi decided to join us along.
I just for a little bit. Yeah.
Just hang in there. Throw a few wrenches.
Of course. I mean, what kind of show would this be? I mean, hey, look, man. We start off the new year, right?
Yay!
We start off with a new president, sort of say, or a recycled president.
New and improved.
Recycled
2.0.
Oh. Did I get any refund back or what's up?
This is the refund.
So on one side you have Carlos, which is extremely happy that Trump is back in office, back in power.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, you have people that are not happy at all, don't want this guy around in power. And then you have the others that are like, well, let's see what happens. Let's give it another shot. Worst case scenario, we're done with this guy in 4 years. Right?
True.
All right. So,
But are we done for 4 years? I mean, look what happened last time where he was trying to fight his way to stay in the White House.
Ain't nothing wrong with
caused
fighting
a lot of chaos.
No. He didn't cause anything, man. He didn't cause anything.
Bro.
Nah, bro.
You know what? Listen.
That was the FBI.
Oh,
They were in there.
There we go.
They were in there.
Carlos.
Okay, so okay, all right. So all these people that did the mad dash at the Capitol, that I think someone lost their life. I think another one got the crap beat out of them. So you had regular civilians. Let's put it this way, right? Regular Joes, regular UMEs, storming the Capitol, beating the hell out of the guards that were there, out of the Capitol Police.
They were being guided through turnstiles. It was like a tour.
No, wait, no. They were being guided. Okay, so but okay.
Yeah.
All right, no. You know what? Let's say they were guided. Let's say they were guided. Let's go with your philosophy there. They were guided. So does that mean that they had the right to attack the police? They had the right to cross barriers.
Right. So let me ask you a question before we go any
You're
further.
gonna ask a question with a question. Wow.
Of course. Because what I'm being asked,
right?
What I'm being asked is a question from 2020. All right, this is a 2020 question. Since 2020, there has been a shitload of footage that has come out in relation to January 6th. We have seen evidence of undercover agents instigating. We have seen evidence of the police being the first ones to start shooting pellets at the crowd, instigating them. We have seen evidence of people walking through the Capitol, just literally being guided across through turnstiles. It was like a tour. And yes, we have seen the original footage of the chaos and the violence. So the problem I have with Frank's question is it's not that black and white anymore. It's not.
All right. Okay. But all right. But what is black and white is that the people did attack the Capitol Police, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
what people though?
What people? The ones that.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
No.
People.
Okay. No. First of all, no. We're not gonna go with that narrative.
You have to though.
Responsible for making those attacks were already apprehended, And you mean to tell me that those people that got apprehended for causing that ruckus are all pardoned? They deserve a pardon, is what you're telling me. That they're forgiven. There's no consequences for their actions. What you're saying, Carlos?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I mean, they
Well,
did
no,
spend.
no,
they've
because-
spent the better part of 4 years in jail this whole time.
No,
They've
no,
been
I'm
in
sorry, dude. They were not in jail for 4 years.
Yes, they were.
No, they were not.
They've been
No.
consistently getting arrested this whole time. Where have you been?
Wait.
No.
So see how you changed that? They were consistently getting arrested. When did they get arrested on the spot?
No, they've been called
Did
in.
they
They've
take
been
time to
tried.
find these people and everything? So don't say they were there all this time in jail because they weren't. Okay,
But they were. And they were held in solitary. What's your point?
The point is that do you believe that they should all be forgiven for their actions they've done in January 6th?
What I believe is that the justice system, in relation to those crimes and the punishments that were handed out, are completely unequivalent to other similar punishments, if not worse, crimes, where people are serving much less time. Let's go back to 2020. Can you tell me of anybody who burnt down a city, occupied a courtroom, killed a cop or a civilian during that summer that served a month?
Didn't somebody die in January 6th?
Did somebody die in the summer of 2020?
Did somebody die in January 6th?
More people died in 2020. In fact, we had a vice president who was posting a bail
January
fund.
6th. Well, I don't care about
My point is, this outrage over the actions of people on January 6th, in comparison to the violence of the summer just before it, where everybody who doesn't support Trump never says a word about it. It gets on my nerves when people sit there and act outraged about, oh, he pardoned them. When our former vice president posted on Twitter a bail fund getting rioters and looters out of jail, and none of you say a word. Neither of you.
Did they? But
yes.
Were they
Did
released?
a crime was
released?
committed? Yes. Wasn't it significant to where they should all be pardoned? Maybe some should be pardoned.
Pardoned?
But the major players should still be in jail.
Again, who from the summer of 2020 is still in jail?
I don't care about 20. I'm care about right now.
I do. That's my point.
What he did is
he didn't do anything.
He signed the executive.
What executive? No, he didn't do anything on the 6th.
Signed it. Did he not sign it?
Did he? Yeah, no, he signed the executive order. I'm not arguing that.
He didn't do nothing. He
didn't do nothing on the 6th, though.
But you're not staying on track. See, that's the problem is that you're not staying on the topic where I'm specifically saying, right, January 6th, when he pardoned, we're talking about the topic pardon. Should everyone be pardoned or should be some people pardoned and the rest finish their time depending on the level of the crime they committed?
Finish their time. So, Obi, you know how the justice system works, right? You know how the justice system works, right?
Works for how everybody sees the justice in different views.
I don't know what that means. That's a cop-out answer if I ever heard one.
That's not a cop-out answer.
Yes, it is.
The way I see it,
that's a spaghetti answer.
You see it.
That's a spaghetti answer.
I cannot say what you say.
That is a bullshit answer when you know the process of arresting people has been garbage.
Oh, there's a process, yes. Yes, there is a process. All
right. Most of those people who got pardoned hadn't even received trial yet. They were sitting there waiting. You know, normally when you go to jail, they put you in a hold. Sometimes you sit. Say what again?
Doesn't that sound familiar?
What do you mean?
Doesn't that sound familiar?
I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, right?
No, they were just sitting there.
This haven't been processed. But ain't that similar to? Yeah.
To what? Though?
That's the justice system right there. But go right ahead.
Bro, we're talking about years.
Right?
It's backlog. No joda.
No, but you know what? No,
the same thing.
No joda.
Hey, you talk about the justice system. That's how they operate.
Bro, the justice system will drag its feet when it wants to. All right?
There you go. You see how
when
you
it wants to. But you're basically proving my point. If there's an order to cases, then they should have been tried already. There were plenty of people. There were plenty of people who got arrested long after January 6th who were tried, convicted, or freed, while the people from January 6th were still sitting there waiting. No.
But on the other side of the house, there's people that got arrested and everything else. They're still waiting for their trial, but they're still rotting in prison too.
Who?
Right. Who? A lot of people. A lot of people. No. Don't sabe. You don't.
You don't know.
Suffer every day. Minorities suffer all the time. Don't tell me, okay, I don't know nothing.
Minorities? What highway are you jumping on now?
Hispanics.
How did you get on this highway?
How did this highway?
How did you get here? I didn't say anything about minorities. We were talking about January 6th. Now you're talking about minorities.
But it was
because
what?
the thing is that the
judicial system, right? You started off that way.
We're comparing January 6th and minorities, right?
But all of a sudden,
when did we start doing that?
And he's going to replay this.
Should not be used minority. Maybe it should be used as we're going to talk about the January 6th rioters, okay? Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about the Black Lives Matters rioters. Let's put it that way, correct?
Okay.
Because that's the way Carlos would put that. BLK, okay, they rioted, correct, Carlos?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, January 6th rioted also, correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if I'd call that a riot, but go ahead.
Say that last part again?
No.
With all due respect,
was not a riot?
Bro, that lasted what? A few hours?
Oh,
that lasted what? A few hours?
That lasted a few hours is not a riot?
Bro,
a riot
it started.
No matter what.
I mean, sure. I'd call it small time compared to December of 2020. Don't even. You cannot compare the two. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. No, you can't. Bro, you have footage of one day, not even one day, a few hours of violence versus months. Months.
Isn't a riot a riot?
You can call a riot, but you can compare riots, man. You cannot tell me they're both the same. You're not going to sell me that garbage.
The name and the definition.
I'd rather believe you have a beach in Las Vegas. You're not gonna sell me that.
Really?
Nope.
We're going to go there. You're going to compare it to beaches in Las Vegas.
No, what I'm telling you is you're not going to sell me that trash. It's not happening. Not happening, man. Not happening.
Give me something better than that.
I don't need to give you something better. It's common sense.
A riot's a riot.
Bro.
I didn't know you invented the word.
Ah, man. A riot's a riot. So now the trick is to just make all riots equal because, whatever. Like there's no bigger riots or smaller riots.
No, I think that you have your big riots. You have a smaller. Hold on. A smaller riot.
Vaya, se te fue la guagua. Go ahead.
But at the same time, it's still a fucking riot.
Fine. All right. Diarrhea is diarrhea, whether it's soft or super soggy.
Of a piece of a crowd. Okay. So you're going to compare. Oh, because this was longer and this one's shorter. Oh my God.
Well, no, you're going to act like one is 10 times worse than the other when it clearly isn't.
A riot's a riot.
They're not, bro.
Oh, okay. Should I
They're not, bro.
They both moved.
That is just convenient rationalizing on your end, bro. Bottom line.
So watch this. So all right. So
that's all that is.
You know what? I have the perfect solution.
Yes, go ahead.
Why is the cop, right? Watch this. The cop that, what was it? Was it, dude, I'm about to say Rodney King, but it's not. What was George Floyd, right?
Oh, right.
The cops that were there to beat them or beat him, right? They're still in jail, right?
One of them.
Okay.
Well, the main guy
that put the knee in the back of the lower
because he should be released too because the January 6th people have been released too, right?
Well, now that's a whole nother can of worms if you want to go that route because according to the reports, he wasn't even dead when they got to him.
He killed somebody, right? He went ahead, he attacked somebody, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
you're kind of proving my point again. The reason he's still in jail and will never leave is because of politics. Like, yes, many people commit that crime, and none of them, I don't think, are going to serve as much time as he will, because of
Okay.
politics.
But did they attack cops?
Yes, plenty in various cities.
So why are they still in jail?
They're not. That's the point. They never even went. They were bailed out immediately, including our former vice president, who posted on Twitter, "Send money to these people so we can bail these fuckers out."
And they didn't get tried.
Man, no. Most of them got slaps on the wrist, misdemeanors, and they were out within days, if not hours. That's my point.
That's your point.
Well, I tell you what, man.
So the
even
orange man shows up and
Senator-
says, "You know what? These people were out in hours, and you've got J6ers who've been here for years. They've done their time. Get them the fuck out." Done.
Senator Lindsey Graham, who is the biggest supporter of Trump, stated that Trump made a mistake to pardon everyone from that case, right? And I do believe that is the big mistake, because what you're saying to the country is that it's okay to go ahead and riot, it's okay to cause harm to other people, and that's the message that he's going across America. Now you could disagree with what I'm saying. When the crime is committed, whatever politics and everything else, you make a strong message as the president of the United States. You're supposed to make our country safe and do everything in your powers to believe everyone that it's safe, right? And that's how it's supposed to be. But that action that he did means that we don't give a damn what happened or whoever it is. We're going to pardon everybody.
So,
and it is what it is.
Let me ask you a question.
That's the wrong statement.
Do you feel that everybody that was tried and convicted for whatever crime on J6, do you believe the process was done fairly and accurately? Do you believe they were
present to see if it was done fair or not? But the president of the United States should have never gotten involved in pardoning them. That's the bottom line there.
Bro, presidents pardon people
yes,
all
presidents
the time.
pardon it, right? Especially towards the end of their term. I got it. In that circumstances, the president should not intervene and pardon everyone of that. It should have never happened.
But if the president himself, if he feels that the process,
of course, if he feels the process, he was involved in that.
It's his.
He was involved in the process.
He was involved in the process. Here we go again.
Yeah. He was involved.
He wasn't involved. He made a speech.
Look, Carlos,
we've been over this. Carlos, that's how this show started.
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go ahead.
Because he didn't say the exact words does not mean, okay, that it didn't happen. Yes, it was public. His speech was public and everything else, right? It was out there. But we could dissect everything that he said. The bottom line is, did the president go in public and say, people, calm the fuck down, go home? Did he do that?
He did.
He did not. Immediately, he did not. He did not.
He
Carlos,
did.
You could timestamp that shit.
He did
right now, right? Show me proof that he did it while they were rioting. Thank you very much. Yes, please do. Timestamp it and don't edit it. And let me know. Okay. Why the people closer to him did not endorse Trump afterwards when he was running for president again?
Say that last part again. I'm reading now.
Why is it? Listen. Again, and I don't want to we've been already 20 minutes into this already on the same time. And I know you got other topics to cover. But again, my point is the president of the United States should not intervene with all that was going on. If there was anything that he could have done, wait till the waters die down and wait till the end of his presidency and do like what Biden did, which I still disagree. You know, pardoning your own child. You know what I mean? Like, you should have never done that. But hey, it is what it is, you know? But what Trump is doing is the title of your show. Dictatorship.
Forget the eggs.
Dictatorship. What is dictatorship to you, Carlos?
Dictatorship to me,
Yeah.
it's a one person rule.
And that what's going on today? Is that what's going on?
No,
So you think that by signing off on all the executives and
on
everything
everything he's
else?
signing.
every president does that too.
Yes, Frank, go ahead.
Every president does
I'm
that too.
saying that he's signing off on a bunch of different things.
Yeah, but
Okay.
executive orders can
Now,
be
Why
challenged in
is it that
court.
what he's signing that is so vague that things are getting out of control?
What's getting out of control?
For example, why is ICE patrolling the areas? Why are Hispanics being racially profiled as all immigrants? Can you explain
They're
that
not.
to me?
They're
Carlos,
not.
now
They're
I'm gonna tell you
not,
the bullshit.
bro. Oh my God! Listen, dude. There's only so much echo chamber. No. There's only so much echo chamber nonsense you can come onto the show and talk about. Bro, these
Why?
people have names. They have charges. They're specifically looking for people
Really?
who have committed crimes. Yes,
Well,
yes,
Carlos,
bro. And anything
I
else?
guess you live in
Anything else?
Connecticut, Carlos,
Anything
right?
else is CNN bullcrap. No,
I'm not CNN.
no,
I
bro.
don't live in CNN.
I'm
I
not
live
buying
in the
that.
state of
I'm
Connecticut.
not buying that.
You're not
Nah.
buying it?
No,
Okay,
bro.
then don't buy it because you live in
Bro,
Florida.
there
and you
are
don't see
plenty
what's
of
going on?
people from various nations who have been taken back.
Carlos,
This isn't just about Latinos and all this
Carlos,
nonsense. Nah,
Carlos, I'm only
No.
speaking real to what's
You're
going
not,
on in my
bro.
neighborhood.
you're
You're not.
speaking.
So
You're
you're calling
speaking
me
in
a liar?
chambers.
You
Carlos,
calling me a
Carlos,
liar? is what you're
No,
saying,
I'm calling you misunderstood, bro.
No. I'm talking about my eyes watching what's going on.
You're
but
still,
calling me a
bro.
liar.
Your eyes are not the epicenter of the
Carlos,
universe.
I'm not-
You might have seen something. That doesn't mean what you've seen describes everything.
Oh, so what I see is a lie. Is what you're telling me.
No, bro. Now you're not even listening.
No,
What
no,
I'm
you're
saying
not
is,
listening to me
I'm
because
listening to you.
are
What
not
I'm listening to you is
got
tell
evidence
me that you saw ICE walking down the street looking at somebody, and that suddenly this entire nation is being profiled because
I
you
didn't say
saw
that.
a few people
I
being.
didn't say that.
That's what
I
you
did
just
not say
said.
that.
Yes, you
didn't
did.
let me finish.
Roll the tape. Roll
You
it.
didn't let me finish.
Roll
let him
it.
finish. Carlos,
I know you.
let him
I
finish.
He just said
I know
it.
you-
No, let him
you
finish.
He
interrupt-
just said it.
I know
He
you
just
did.
said it. He just said it.
I did not finish saying what I was saying. That's the
Okay.
problem, Carlos. That is the problem.
All right.
When people talk politics that think they know so much and don't allow others to speak out of respect.
I'm
That's
telling
the
you,
part.
you're going to finish
are
your
a
statement
true
and
definition
say
of
exactly
this.
what I've been saying. Go ahead.
You are a true definition of why people always got to be all high heated, trying to say you're right and everybody's wrong. Because you are not in my neighborhood. You live or wherever it is in Florida, whatever location it's at, but you're not knowing all of it because you as well are looking at the news. And you don't know firsthand what's going on.
Did you talk to these
on the
agents?
front line.
Did you talk to
Okay.
these agents?
I don't need to talk to them when I'm
Did you
seeing
talk to
that,
them? So
okay?
you know
And it's all
firsthand.
reported.
There we go.
And
Thank
watch
you.
This.
You now you've said it.
Why?
It's being reported.
You know what,
Bro,
Carlos?
you don't know.
Carlos,
You don't
I
know.
do know.
No, you
Because watch this. Okay. It's
Mhm.
crazy going on here that the school administration has sent out a memorandum to all the parents that don't worry, your kids will be safe in our schools. Okay. There is a policy before anything should happen that ICE or any other government that's related to them have to have a warrant. Okay. That's what's going on in the schools lately. I don't know about your schools over there or what's going on over there. I don't know, but I can tell you why I'm here because I'm in it. Okay, Carlos?
Mhm.
Fact. Okay. Don't question me on that one. Second, okay, it's pretty sad that the districts in the schools, even the mayors, got to go around and say, hey, don't worry about your kids because we will be present to ensure that the safety of everyone is met. Okay. And that's pretty fucked up that because of the executive orders that's going around, that's nothing is concrete or is actually explained to the American people exactly what all the verbiage is saying verbatim so that everyone could understand.
Every executive order that's been written, you can read
But
it.
if you want to shout out and start yelling, and yeah, racial profile is a big deal because even Puerto Ricans here that live here are being questioned. We are American citizen. Why are you taking me to the station and questioning? Yes, it's happened since Sunday. Yes, there's been 2 raids that's happened around our area. Why are you taking a Puerto Rican where we are citizens in this country? But you want to open your mouth and say, oh, you see, or you just CNN or whatever? Nah, bro. First of all, I don't even watch that channel. But you see, now all of a sudden, what? You're going to say, oh, well, what explanation can you tell me or to your viewers right now about all the shit that's happening that I just explained to you?
Pretty simple.
You
live in a state and you live in a town that has a knack and a history of harboring illegal immigrants. Therefore, there is an awareness that problems are coming your way because the people who run the show in your town have been doing this for years. That is why you're getting all these little notices and all these warnings about things that may be coming. That's it. It's simple.
That's it. That's
simple.
it. It's simple to snatch Puerto Ricans too, right? That's simple, huh?
How many Puerto Ricans are we talking about?
One is bigger than a lot. And I'm not saying
what you're telling me. What you're telling me then is that the process is not perfect. Is what you're telling me.
Just like the judicial system's not perfect, right?
Okay, then. So what's the problem? A mistake was made. They got a Puerto Rican, and I'm sure. No. I'm sure. Let me finish. As soon as it was discovered that this person you're talking about was Puerto Rican, they were immediately released.
What is going to happen in the near future is called a riot. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right, Ovi. You're right. When a lot of people get freaking pissed off because shit is not going the way it's supposed to go, and you're knocking on the wrong people's doors, yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. But hey, whatever's happening is perfect for you, right? Is that what you're saying?
Got nothing to worry about.
You got nothing to worry about. Right. Nope. Right. I tell you, it happens to you, Carlos.
What's going to happen to me, Ovi? Tell me. Tell me what's going to happen to me.
You're going to see
what is going to happen to me. What is going to happen to me?
Probably right now, nothing.
Nothing's ever going to happen to me.
When you're walking down the street and they're going to fucking question you.
Let them question me.
What you're going to do?
Show them that what they need to see and move on. Racial
really?
profile.
It's that easy, huh?
Bro, it's not that black and white, bro.
I'm sorry.
Stop with the victim. Stop with the victim.
It's not a victim. It's a fact.
It is, man. There's plenty to go around when it comes to. Right. It ain't just racial profiling. No, bro, what you're basically telling me is that the only people being victimized by this process are, I guess, Hispanics or whatnot. We have had people come in from over 100 different countries. This isn't racial profiling. Right? There are plenty of people here. You got 10 million people that have crossed our borders since 2020. Shit's going to happen.
A lot of people cross borders. I got it. Yes. Should be a better system, right? It should be a better system. It should be to where a point that even the American citizens should not be harassed. But it's okay for you, buddy, right? It's okay. But hey,
it's okay for you too, by the way. It's going to be okay for you too, Obi. It's going to be okay for you too, Obi. They're not going to do anything to you, Obi. You're not just going to suddenly disappear, Obi.
You know what, Carlos? I might not disappear, but the process is bullshit. Okay.
Do you have a better way?
Is there a better
Do you have a better way?
I don't have
when you have people who have come in who don't
have a solution.
There is no better solution. You have to kind of go through the weeds to figure out who belongs here.
If you don't even know.
Then don't complain about the problem if you don't have a better solution.
It's called harassment.
Unless you come up with a better idea, this is what we're going to have to deal with. You got nothing but anger. You got nothing but anger and complaints, but you don't have an answer.
Carlos, let's talk about it. Let's come up with a plan. What plan would you recommend?
To do what? Get rid of criminals? Yes, that's what. Yeah. Do you?
Okay.
How do you get rid of criminals, Ovi? This is pretty black and white.
But what about those that are not criminals? They're not
going anywhere.
But why are you harassing them? Why are they harassing them?
Because I don't even know. First of all, I don't know who's getting harassed.
I like the word because. You sound like a student. You sound like a child that always.
You sound like everybody and their mom is getting harassed.
Dude, what I'm telling you,
what I saw was one guy.
Something that's going to be big, and it's not one guy.
You don't know that. You don't even know that.
I don't know my neighborhood. Is what you're telling
me. You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You know that.
You don't.
How about
I don't know. What are you imagining in your head is going to be happening, bro? You think stormtroopers are going to barge through Kentucky or Connecticut?
So perfect. You think that because Trump.
And you think everything is just a crapshoot in the wind? Nah.
I did not say that.
Yes, that's exactly what you're saying. They're harassing people.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You are.
Did I say something wrong? What did I say
bro.
wrong, Carlos?
Bro, you're imagining that anybody with a darker shade of white is about to get pulled into trucks for questioning.
Listen, the bottom line that I'm trying to tell you right now is that the system is fucked up, right? And not everyone should be harassed because they look brown and they all assume that they're a bunch of immigrants. That is the wrong thing to do. And if you think that is right because you need this so-called perfect world, then you need to start thinking.
Ain't no perfect world. It's not about a perfect world, but Ovi, the bottom line is you have your credentials, I have mine. If the system happens to come knocking on my door asking, and you don't think I've been profiled in the past? I've gone through checkpoints in Detroit where they're asking me if I have scars in my hand because I look Arab. Answer the fucking question. You know you've done nothing wrong. Move the fuck on. You've got nothing to worry about.
Carlos, but if it was so easy for you on that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's easy for anybody who knows they've got their shit in order.
No. Look, you know what? Okay, hold on. I got my shit in order, right? But why is it? Because let's say I'm in a field, right? Where majority of the people out here that work in the fields are immigrants, right? They're illegal aliens, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm just cutting through the field to get to Chrome Avenue.
Okay.
Why am I there? I'm being profiled.
So I'm assuming then the place that is about to get swept is a general area, and they're gonna wanna basically scan everybody that's there, and you got caught up in that, bro. It's like being at a nightclub and getting caught in a raid.
No.
It's the same thing.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You just said.
I said I'm walking. I'm not saying that there's anybody else there.
You just said.
Okay.
So it's just you by yourself.
Me by myself.
Just walking. Oh, look, brown guy, get him. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
No fucking way, bro. Yeah.
Why not?
This conversation has gone off the deep end already.
Carlos.
Bro. Listen. Bro, get a job with Amazon or sales that you can do from the computer where you live on Zoom and you'll be fine, bro. Yeah.
He's profiling you, man. You're good enough to work at Amazon. How about
that's it, bro. I mean, that's it. Just don't worry about it, man.
Hey, look.
Telemarketing, bro. It's where it's at.
All right. So let's talk about, we get those calls all the time. So let's talk about the 200 Colombians that Trump deported the other day. They were not criminals.
When you say they were not criminals, what do you mean?
They were not criminals.
Were they here illegally? Yes or no?
Oh boy, here we go again. All right, so you're gonna get me that traspalante. Are they?
This is just like the January 6th conversation. Were they criminals or not? Same thing.
So
it was an actual question. I mean, they weren't criminals.
Saying is, if they're here illegally, they're criminals.
Technically yes. There is a law against being here illegally, Frank.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Frank. Go ahead, continue. I think I know where you're going with this.
All right. So being here illegally, you're a criminal, right?
That is technically the case.
So so why don't they get their day in court?
A lot of them have. A lot of them have. In fact, the stat I heard was, and you can research it, maybe the numbers have changed. I think 80% of those that get a court date just don't go to court. They let their court date.
Frank, so what you're saying is they're apprehended, right?
They're apprehended,
And
caught, given a court date, let go, and don't go to court.
but again, what you're trying to say is they had Colombians on the plane flying to Colombia, right? Is that what happened, Frank?
That's what happened with the president of Colombia. Yeah.
And then they said, "No, you're not landing here. We're not taking them." So they had to reroute them back. Is what you're saying? Is that what happened?
No. The spat was that Trump was gonna fly them over, and the president of Colombia was like, "No, you're not flying anybody over here." And then Trump decided to put tariffs on the president of Colombia. Then the president of Colombia started hitting his chest, putting tariffs back on Trump. But then an hour after that, he caved and basically said, "Listen, I will send you a plane where you can send my citizens back to our country," basically. And that's what happened.
Okay. So, Frank,
Now,
you
I don't know the
saying something
details.
about, are they criminals? Is that what you were asking, Frank? Because I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah. So
when they cross to the United States, they're automatically criminals.
that's what Carlos is saying.
No, if you have a
So they're
day
here
in court, if you're here, but if you have a day in court, you should have the paperwork and the documentation that shows you're basically waiting. I'm going to assume, and this is why I say I assume, because I don't know the details.
You know what assume is, right?
Time out. I'm going to assume that the people that they caught were verified to have everything that they needed expired, and they were here illegally. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Man, we could always go back
Assume.
to the 1700s.
Assume.
1700s?
Yeah, 1600s, as a matter of fact.
Oh, please share the pipe you're smoking.
I don't know.
Sure.
When the Europeans migrated to the Americas and we just took it over. How about that? We must be all criminals.
Bro, do you really want to go down that road? You know what was
I
happening
already
here
did.
before? Do you know what was happening here before the Europeans showed up?
My
The
Native
Indians-
Americans were living here.
You don't want to have that
The
conversation.
Native
bro.
Americans were living here.
Do you know what the Native Americans were doing to each other before we arrived or before they
Does it
arrived?
matter really, though?
It
really?
does, bro. The bottom line is the history
It
of
doesn't
Earth.
really.
Ovi,
doesn't
do me a
really.
favor. Ovi,
It
do me a
was their
favor.
land.
Do me a favor, Ovi.
No,
Can
do
you hold on? I got a question. Can you at any point in history tell me of a people or a land or something that wasn't eventually conquered or taken over? Can you explain to me any time in history? No.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna
so
explain it to you.
what you're describing then is what basically naturally happened back in the 1600s.
No, but again, I'm going
Naturally
back to
happened.
the main topic that Frank was trying to get at. Was
That is one of those cop
criminals,
out.
then we're criminals too because we took.
Bro,
pretty
then
much took over the
every
land, right?
single nation,
You just could say yes, Carlos. 'cause
every
that's what happened
single
in history.
nation, every single nation is
I love
filled
how
with
you
criminals.
narrate and go around the bush. It's
Bro,
it's true.
because
Say yes. Just say yes.
when you use 400-year-old garbage excuses to
It's not a
define
garbage
criminality,
excuse. That's
it
not an excuse.
is.
It's a fact.
It is. It
It's
is.
a fact.
It is.
It's in the history books.
Of course it is.
Say that's garbage.
Because
The history
it's
is garbage.
yes.
What you're saying?
Yes. What I'm
Slaves are
saying is
garbage too?
bro, wow, tú eres, bro, keep stirring it in.
No,
What else? What else?
history is history.
Keep on. Keep on. Keep
I'm
on.
just saying, history
It
is
is
history, right?
everything you're saying though is irrelevant to today. So keep
Well,
going.
I'm
Keep
going
using
by
examples.
what-
Let's talk
what
about the
Frank was
Romans.
saying.
Let's talk about the Spaniards. Let's
Man,
talk
you're
about.
going
Come
deep.
on,
But
come on.
I'm
Keep
just staying on the
going.
topic.
Genghis Khan, bring it on. Just talk about them all.
Right, then you're not saying
Sigue.
that when they
Sigue.
come over, they're criminals.
He did
Yes
say
or
that.
no?
Sigue.
Yeah, you say
What-
that, right?
If
Word.
they're here,
Equivalent.
if
Were-
they're here
Was there a
illegally,
system of laws? Was there a system of laws that defined them back then? Did the tribes have anything?
Tribes have laws?
Hey, if there wasn't, se jodieron.
Hey, it's mine.
Done.
It's mine. Right?
That was
That
the
was
way of
it.
the world. That was
Yeah.
the way of the world, man.
It's
No
mine.
escaping that. No escaping
It's
that.
mine.
If you want to use these 400-year-old excuses,
No,
that's just the way it was, man.
not a 400-year excuses. It's just
Hey,
a
but you
fact.
know what?
It's an
I have-
excuse.
I have-
It's an
I have-
excuse because you can't defend. You can't
I'm
defend the
not defending.
terminology. You
I'm
can't
not- but
defend.
there was
You
nothing
can't
to defend
defend.
about.
You can't
There was
defend the
nothing to
terminology.
defend about.
You're afraid. You're afraid
I'm
to admit
afraid?
that anyone who breaks the law is technically a criminal. So instead, you throw up this garbage about, but they showed up 400 years ago.
No, wait. No. I think
That's a cop out, is what that is.
we are in agreement.
It's a cop out, man. It's the definition of a cop out.
You don't want to agree with me. What I
answer? Okay, you know what, Frank? Hold on, because Ovi has ducked and dodged the question like a champion dodgeball player.
You see,
Ovi, if you're here, Ovi, I'm asking you a question. If you're here, you won't let me ask the question because he doesn't want to answer it. Ovi, if you're here illegally, if you're here and you have nothing that states you're here legally, you don't have a visa, you got nothing, not even a court date.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a criminal? Have you broken the law? Yes or no?
I didn't break no law.
There it is.
I didn't break no law.
Like Wonder Woman.
But everybody else is coming over, and later on, they ended up getting their visa. Right?
Ovi, yeah,
it's a fact.
You're not going to answer it.
It's a fact.
You're not going to answer the question.
People living here
breaking the law. That's your question.
That's basic question. Are you?
So you're saying is if you come to this country illegally, you broke the law.
It's pretty simple English.
That's what he's
it's a simple question. So that's not what I'm saying.
Cubans and everybody else in Central America and everybody else came to the United States. Everybody broke the law, is what you're saying.
No,
when people
they had asylum. They had asylum.
But they broke the law, though, right?
No,
all
they
those
had
people
asylum.
that came that they didn't get asylum, they still broke the law, is what you're saying.
They
lived their life and later got their visa, is what you're saying.
You're exposing your lack of
knowledge. I'm not.
This is getting bad. Cubans were allowed. Cubans basically had wet foot, dry foot until Obama took it away. Like all a Cuban had to do was put their foot on the beach, and they were here legally.
In other words, I was right all along. All right, thank you, Carlos.
Coño, what a leap, bro! You make the Matrix look like Frogger. You're amazing.
I know. Thank you. I get that every day. They always look at me. Oh, you're so amazing.
Who's they?
Oh man, they Papi Chulo right here, baby.
Alrighty. Well, Frank, Ovi has demonstrated that he will not answer a straight question. The man is a champion dodgeball player. He makes Wonder Woman look like Miss Piggy.
I could do that. Honestly, I've proven that already.
You've been doing that, man.
Oh yeah,
you've been doing that,
dude. You should see more of what I could do.
Look, this topic of Trump and the crazy crap that he's done. But you know what? Hold on. Before I continue on that one, I got a question. If Trump is so good, why are gas prices still super high? Why are gas prices higher than what they were with Biden?
No, they're still the same.
They might be a little higher.
Actually, no. They're on the low end. They're on the low end of the Biden price scale. I go by one gas station that's near my house. Like I use that one as the gauge. And right now it's at 315. 315 was Biden's better gas prices. So we're on the low end of Biden's high prices. Now, energy policies are coming. They got to take effect. We'll see what happens. But at least they're not $3.95 and $4 like they were, 2 years ago?
It's an average price of 2024 was $3.30. And it kind of decreased 2023, according to the AP. But you know what? As long as they bring it down to $2, I would never be 99 cents where it was when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah. That's done.
I remember them days when it was less than $1 a gallon. Those were the good days, I guess.
Man, I used to fill up my 15-gallon tank car was freaking $20, bro.
Right?
All right. Those were the days. I was like, yes.
You remind me of a time. What was the Hurricane Katrina?
Uh-huh.
I was stationed at Fort Benning. I don't even know if it's called anymore. I think it's Fort Moore now. And
I think Trump's bringing the old names back.
Everybody had taken the prices off the gas station. You know, the big sign. I don't know how tall they got to take it down. And nobody knew how many gallons of fuel they were putting in their cars because the line was so long.
Mm.
I put $75 in my SUV. and I didn't even hit half a tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's not
And I
enough.
left. And then later they prosecuted those that were stealing fuel to skyrocketing price. Or what's that name called when you purposely?
Gouging.
Siphoning.
Yeah.
Gouging. Your price
And I was
gouging.
like,
Wait,
damn
the
it.
price gouging or the siphoning?
Well, there was a lot of those too,
Yeah,
because they were stealing gas from other cars. But it was a long line. No lie, I can't make that up, man. It's like every gas station had a long line. Because, anyways,
It
that was
happens
what
down
you
here
remind
too.
me of. But anyways, I just hope that the gas prices go down. I hope.
I hope so
see.
too. I know he's opening up energy. We'll see how it takes shape. The natural logic is if you open up and produce a ton of energy, basically the more of anything, the cheaper it gets. That's common sense 101. So if Trump is going to be like baby drill, like he keeps saying, and we start drilling in Africa, listen to me, Alaska, we start drilling in all these other places, and maybe he eventually takes Greenland, who knows? Then by just common economic law, gas prices should go down. And if that happens, then the price of virtually everything should go down, because a lot of what affects the prices of everything else is energy and transportation. So we'll see.
Although
see.
that sounds so good, and I'm hoping that at least because everybody uses gas, right? They got to go around, right?
Mhm.
I just got a feeling that the rest of those prices won't go down. I really
Yeah.
don't. I
Why
don't
is
think
the egg
I don't
soaring
think
again?
owners will want to lower their income. They want to either stay or make more money. You know what I'm saying? It's a big monopoly out there.
Well,
I do think
hold
so.
on, hold on. You just
But I
and
think part of
part
go
of
ahead, Frank. Sorry.
part of the problem when lowering everything else that is brought into the United States are tariffs. Okay, are tariffs. If we keep on and again, notice what I'm saying, Carlos. If companies
Why
keep on
you gotta
producing,
say my name? Like, what did I
because
do?
I know that you're gonna
I'm just
come back with
wiping. I'm wiping dust on my desk here, bro. We have
oh,
cats now. I have
you're
cat hair.
sorry, but what's gonna happen? All right, like what we import from China, right? He has a tariff on, and it's a pretty high tariff, right? He says, "Hey, Trump is pretty much saying to any country, you piss me off enough, and I'm gonna put higher tariffs on you." Right? Guess what? Who pays those tariffs? We do.
And that's the end of it, right?
No. No, we pay. The thing is
I
that
love the cutoff point. Like there,
Mhm.
that's the end result.
No. The end result is trying to get those companies to come back over here. Okay, I understand that, but you know what? The company, if people keep buying, guess what? They keep
Well,
on importing,
I get it. Tariffs are a
we as
gamble.
consumers, okay, when we want something, it doesn't matter what the cost is. We're gonna try to find a way to get it.
And that's the glass half empty
No, I
perspective.
think it's half full there.
No, the half full perspective would be
Depending on
that
what side of the you're drinking on.
whatever company he's going to try, or whatever country, depending on whatever material, or actually companies too. You're right; it could be anything. The idea is if it can be moved and fabricated or built here, where he has said, if you do something in America, you will actually get a discount on taxes. Then the idea is to encourage companies to open up factories and all that stuff here.
To bring businesses in the United States to open up more jobs.
But watch right.
That's the idea.
But watch this. But watch this. Right? That
Mhm.
same company, and you know what? Let's say Papito 123 Company, just to put a name on it, right?
Bye, Papito 123.
Papito 123 Company is shipping into the States from China, right?
Mhm.
He pays a high tariff here, right? But Papito is also shipping into Canada, shipping into Europe, shipping into South America, shipping, to everywhere else.
Okay.
And Papito, guess what? It's going to be standing tall because he's like, you know what? I'm not going to change it. I'm going to
It's
leave it like that. You know what? I'm not taking a loss going into the States. I'm making less, but you know what? I'm making it up everywhere else.
You know what the only
So,
flaw in your argument is, Frank?
what? Que es Papito?
You are essentially, that's right, bro. You got to change the name.
I'm sorry. I was racially
we,
profiling.
we need to rebrand. No,
Mm.
the issue with your scenario is that you are equating the United States with these other countries. We all know that this nation is like the greatest consumer nation in the universe. We buy more shit from anybody all day long. So,
Mhm.
if you want to sit there and fold your arms and be like, the United States is going to tariff me, I don't want to play with them anymore. You know the losses you're going to incur by not dealing with us are going to be too big, too
I
much.
have an idea. I got an idea.
Dale.
Let's say if Papito 123 hired me, okay? Watch this. Can't make this up. I had this thought in my head. All right. Let's say I'm in Spain, in the Papito 123 headquarters. All right.
Okay, all right.
And I'm shipping out and they're gonna raise tariffs. Why? Or would it be possible?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible if I ship my goods to Canada and from Canada it goes down south?
Nope.
It
So
goes
you're
across
going
the
to
border.
pay. You're going to
No,
pay for
no, hold on,
twice.
hold on.
Could it happen?
It can happen, but the thing is that
Okay.
you're still going to pay the same tariff.
You're going to be incurring a
And
ton of
hold on,
taxes
hold on, hold
just
on.
on.
I do this for a living.
Frank's the expert. Yeah, Frank's the
Mhm.
I
expert.
do this for a living.
Mhm.
All right.
So what it is that when goods come into the States, they're
Mhm.
classified by tariff codes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, unless Papito 123, it's cheating. He has to declare that code and where the product is made.
Okay.
They have to declare where it's
So,
made.
okay,
So in
so-
other words, they have to
Correct.
know it's being made in Spain. Is what you're saying.
In Spain or in China.
No, I'm just
wherever.
saying that
Yes.
So,
if the
Frank,
headquarters
let me
in
ask you.
Spain.
Yes.
Let me ask you a
Hold on. I
question.
just want to
Go ahead.
clarify that real quick. Is like you're saying this code, right? Everything has to be verified. What you're saying. So eventually they're gonna know it's coming from Spain.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Now,
okay.
what happens when it goes into Canada? And when it goes into Canada,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's coming through here, depending on how Canada processes the shipment,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it could still come in to here under Spain, not through Canada.
Mm.
Like I'm gonna give you an example. There's an airline that has a flight that runs from China,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where products in that plane are going to South America. Okay,
Hold
that
on.
plane leaves.
Products in China that are getting flown to South America.
South America.
That's what you said?
Final destination is South America.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. So, right, China or Argentina. Okay. All
Right,
right.
of the cargo
Mhm.
goes from China, flies into Chicago, right?
Right.
The airline,
Yeah.
the airline offloads the cargo in Chicago. At times sometimes they either fly it or they truck it. They truck it to
Mhm.
Miami. It jumps on another plane and it goes to South America.
So, what happens tax wise? That's what I want to know. So,
For
if
us
I'm the
here,
United States,
no,
yeah.
hold on. For us here, really
Mhm.
nothing. But it's a pass through, right? So that when the
Mhm.
cargo arrives Latin America, you still declare that hey, this cargo came from China, which is
Okay.
which kind of I'm trying to use the example that Ovi's putting from
Mm-hmm.
from Canada to here. It doesn't matter if the cargo's coming in from fucking Europe. Okay, if it's made in China, you have to declare that it's made in China. You're asked, okay, what's the tariff code? Okay, 545555. Okay, that tariff code is for this type of product.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
where
okay.
is the product coming from?
China.
What's right? China. Where was it
Right.
manufactured? China.
Right.
So that's how that's declared here.
Got it. So the
So
question then becomes: is Papi Chulo 123 or Papi? is it worth, Frank? And maybe you have an idea of this because you kind of know how much things cost. If you're trying to go that route, how much more are you losing in profit through extra traveling and shipping expenses?
Oh, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
So
But
it's
the
not
problem.
worth it then.
No, well, actually, no. You know what, dude? You're not gonna lose because the consumers are gonna buy it.
Sorry about that.
the consumers are going to buy it.
The consumers are gonna buy it.
But
so
then,
but the consumers in South America,
If it's a pass through, there's no
Yeah.
taxes paid.
right? We don't get affected, but
We
the
don't get
people who are. But
if South America has it, what I said about the South America
somebody's going to get screwed in that process.
Was more of a comparison to what Ovi's trip was. Oh, from Spain to Canada to here.
So wouldn't China, wouldn't Papi Chulo 123 save money by opening a factory in Argentina then? If Argentina says, hey, build your shit here, I'll charge you whatever, let's say 10%, and the traditional route is 25%. 10%, build your factory here, build your Papi Chulo deodorant here in Argentina, distribute it here, you only get charged 10% for everything made and sold here. You save money. In fact, you profit more. That is the whole deal with these tariffs. That's exactly what this man's trying to do.
so in other words, you're saying is instead of doing all that around the world to get to the final point, I should expand my business on land in the United States and ship it to that warehouse, maybe create some jobs here and there. And because I do that, I get a tax reduction or get some type of bonus or something like that, is what you're saying.
Now, Ovi, as the owner and CEO of Papi 123, how the fuck would you turn that down? You're going to tell me that I get to build a factory in your country, help your citizens with jobs. I produce, I sell, I pay less of a tax. I profit even more just because I spent a little money building a factory or a store in your country. Bro, that's a win-win. So that's why, and so then that's where the threats come from. Oh, you don't want to play? Fine. 50% on your bullshit. Slow down, kid. All right, look, I'll build a place. I'll build an office. It's you know what it is? It's gangster tactics is what it is. But
okay, so let me ask you this.
Right.
Let's make it, I don't know how realistic this will be because I don't know about much of that business point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if Trump that just say like, oh, you're going to do this, then I do whatever you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I clarify something a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
Remember, Trump has those tariffs in place because we're talking about American companies that went to China to produce.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about Papito 123 that's already
He's actually
okay.
So
we're
that's
talking about businesses in America already that left to another country.
Yeah, and that's really when he does it.
Okay.
That's really when he does it. Okay. When he says, so if Papi Chulo
well, then it makes sense.
If Papi Chulo 123 says, listen, man, I think I'm going to go build my shit in Mexico, that's when he looks at you and says, oh, yeah? Okay.
Well, because a lot of businesses have done that. And at least on that one, I'm familiar with because he said that because my dad had worked in a factory when I was growing up. And then they closed down to move to Mexico and build their parts over there.
Right.
And now over here, we lost jobs.
So the counter argument, go ahead. Finish up.
No, I'm saying that that's lost jobs, forcing people to file unemployment. Right now we're going to get into more bigger things until the person finds another job. So that's a hassle for the Americans instead of keeping the product or the warehouse in our country.
So the counter argument.
All right, hold on a minute. And now let's put another twist here.
Frank might say what I was just about to say. Go ahead.
Let's say no. Let's say it's an American company. We have an American company.
All right. So Dad.
So Papito got renamed to
now
Jose.
Father Chulis.
Okay. right. Father Chulis Company, right?
Father Chulis.
I have a really big operation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cut costs. What's the biggest cost for a majority of the companies?
Labor.
Labor, right?
Mhm.
Watch it.
Frank said, yeah, you are saying exactly what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the Philippines, get a company that's there, and I'm going to train their staff
You're going to be
to do the
Nike.
work that they could do on the computer, where
Right.
then instead of paying Joe Blow over there $65,000 a year, I pay these guys $25,000 a year. They pay their employees $20,000 a year.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do then?
Done. I've seen
No,
that.
So I
I've
have
seen
that
it
answer.
done.
I have
Yeah.
that answer. I think I have that answer. I think the issue with that scenario, Frank, which is what I was going to basically say when Obi was done, but I knew you were going to go there, so glad you did. There's two things to that scenario. The first argument, which is usually heard, is, oh, but if he does that, then whatever it is they're selling is going to be more expensive. Okay, so then you have a morality question on your hands. Do you want Americans working at a slightly higher cost, or do we have higher unemployment so we can save money? The issue with your scenario, unless you are a completely brand new startup, like
Hold
you
on for a
just getting
second. You're talking to him. Go ahead. Not
you,
me. Him. Yeah.
all right, we're gonna Brady Bunch this. Obi, listen, bro.
Oh no. I won't make you put your head up. I'll just do this again.
The issue, unless you're a startup, Frank. Man, now I'll talk to you. If unless you're a startup, you are already established at a price point. So Father Chulis's are like $5 a piece
No.
right now.
Right.
Right now, before you do anything, they're right now $5. You want to increase profit by going to Mexico and blah, blah, blah. So you cannot use the argument then that if I tariff your ass to stay here, that all of a sudden Father Chulis's are now worth $12. Like, what the fuck changed? Nothing changed except you being a dick. So I don't know if you can go that route. Now, if you're just starting off, you've got no price point to start with. Then we get into that whole conversation about, well, do we build overseas and make a profit and sell cheaper, like
Hold
iPhones?
on, no. But hold on a minute.
Mm.
I'm not talking about building. I'm talking about employees.
Well, yes, that's the whole point.
No. But I'm talking about the employees actually
Uh-huh.
doing. They sit down on a computer like we are right now, and they do it. They do all the fucking work that you could be doing, right? That you charge $125 an hour for, right? And they fucking charge 10 for doing the same job in another country.
So fine.
What do you do then?
There, I guess you have the gamble. You know, he'll tariff you. And so what are you going to do? If you don't want to deal with the tariffs, your product doesn't affect my price. I'm not buying anything from you if all you're doing is offering me a service. That's what it sounds like you're going. If that's the case, Frank, then it makes perfect sense for you to just sit your ass here and stay here. If the expense of paying American employees is going to be less than the expense you're going to pay in the tariffs, which is exactly how he's going to calculate it. You know that. So, yeah, go ahead. Pay them over there, and I'm going to charge you 100% tariff for doing business there. And you're going to be like, 100% tariff times this versus this salary. I lose money going to the Philippines anyway. I'm staying here in Connecticut or wherever. Thanks a lot. Done.
So, in other words, I won that argument.
No.
What argument did you have in the first place? I thought
You
it was
stayed.
an easy discussion here. What debate? I think we were always learning from one another. I was taking notes right here. Like, oh, really? That's why I had all these ideas in my head. What about if I did this, and that? But
and essentially, that's kind of what happened with Colombia. Like, the president was puffing his chest, like, no, you're not. We're not taking back our citizens, which really looks bad when you think about
King
it.
Kong was there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. He was like,
do that again. No.
and Trump was like, all right, listen, I'm going to tariff you in half of humanity, and then he's like, I'll tear a few back.
Oh.
And I guess for some reason somebody whispered in his ear and said, "Dude,
Get out.
send the man a plane if you want humanity or whatever, civilized retreat." And he won that argument. He won that argument. So, bro, it's gonna be an interesting 4 years. Obviously, nobody likes You know what it is? I think this is the obvious. Nobody likes sudden change. All of us who have lived here have lived with a government that has dragged their heels on everything. Pick something, everything. Trump has obviously come in. Yes, he's signing executive orders and all that, but the things he's doing are like, we're not used to seeing things move this fast, which is why it looks chaotic. I get it. But he's not the type to waste time. And so, yeah, there's going to be confusion. Ovi, there's going to be mistakes. True. All of that shit's going to happen.
The bottom line is, and I'm glad that you mentioned that again, is everything. And I think I'm holding people to a higher standard because this is your second term. You should know your lessons from your first term.
Mm-hmm.
And to dive in there should be a more of a deliberate plan than just sign it off and, hey, you figure it out. Just read it and figure it out. No, I think the Americans need to be more vocal and asking, what is this? And the staff should be able to be patient and explain thoroughly of what's going on. And you can see it on the news. You can see it on how the media versus what do you call that speaker that's always on the mic? What's her position?
Oh, the press secretary.
Press secretary, right? So there's always these conflict. And again, it goes back to the first term where things were always clashing and everything else. I'm going back to what you said, Carlos. Some people got to pump their brakes and just breathe, relax, and let's understand everyone's on the attack. And that's what's wrong about our country right now. Everyone's attacking everyone instead of just chilling out. Let it be. Live your day. But we're not. And the whole show of how we started is exactly what goes on every day around the world. And we need to stop doing that because when we attack one another, we never have a decency to understand one another. Ain't that the way we're supposed to communicate?
Absolutely.
Agreed.
But hey, it was a lesson learned.
It was a good show.
Carlos, you know Frank, I love you guys, man.
Oh, for sure. Listen, I could not ask for a better closing of the show because consider how we started to how we ended. Now we're all smiles. We're about to start.
We haven't done a show in what, like 2 months? Like
I didn't even get
this was gonna happen, man. This was gonna happen. We were bound to pop, man. That's what happened. It was a pressure cooker. You let that shit boil. You put us on here, and you threw us to the dogs, man. You knew this was gonna happen.
Yes, I do. I do. But hey, Obi,
be careful with that I do stuff, though, man. Because I don't think you can do that again.
That shit gets you in trouble.
No boss.
No boss.
All right, Duran. Hey,
Obi,
Frank, Carlos, thank you. Muchas gracias.
Yes.
And I'll see you next week or Saturday, depending.
Yeah, either way.
Hey, the HHW show is live Saturday for the Royal Rumble.
Real quick, before you go, Obi, I know we talked about this briefly. Give me a quick summary, because I know last time I said I'm completely out of touch with wrestling. I know it's beginning to appear on Netflix and all this crap. So what is briefly?
So what happened is now WWE is going worldwide all at the same time. So like when we watch cable or streaming or whatever, you're able to watch the show, but other countries may have a delay or may have to wait to watch the show.
Right.
Now it's live on Netflix and everybody gets to see the show at the same time. And because of WWE and because of other sports that are now live, I don't know if you noticed on Christmas Day, they had 3 NFL games there.
Yeah.
Right. They doubled their subscription. Yeah.
I have to admit, I hate it. So
and they raised their prices.
it's a smart business move. But man, we grew up. All of us. We grew up in a world where there were 3 networks. 2 of them played football. It was simple.
You know what? I had that conversation the other day. Growing up, you didn't watch TV late because they used to sign off.
Yeah, they had
those rainbow. Remember those rainbow stripes, and they would have the national anthem at the end.
Yeah, the national anthem, and then
you know you're old school when you know that.
Absolutely.
You knew you were staying up late.
Yeah,
but anyways,
but
it's crazy now, man.
Before to finish your question, listen. Netflix Monday Night Raw, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have NXT on Tuesdays on USA. Oh no, on CW. You have
my other question. Okay.
SmackDown on USA Network on Fridays, and then the premium live events. They're no longer called pay-per-view. Is on Peacock.
See what I mean? Wow.
Yeah, and once a month. On a Saturday is Saturday night's main event. Yeah. The way we used to watch wrestling back in the days.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
On NBC.
Last question.
NBC. Yeah. Go ahead.
Last question. Who's the new face of the WWE? I keep seeing that guy with the short blonde hair.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Oh, so what? Dusty Rhodes' kid?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Legit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. That makes sense. If
anyone's going to interesting part about that. And is because when Cody Rhodes left the company, I was still in the Army, and he wrestled here in Connecticut called Northeast Wrestling, and he wrestled also with Carmelo Hayes. I don't know if you're up to date with the roster, Carlos.
I'm not,
but all those people used to hear, right? Then they started a business called AEW. Are you familiar with AEW?
AEW,
right? All Elite Wrestling.
It's another. It's another NWA. All right.
Watch this. Jacksonville Jaguars. The owner, his son, runs AEW.
All right.
Okay. So Cody Rhodes helped, right? And they built it up, and they attacked Triple H and Vince McMahon, and it almost looked like WCW when it first started, right? The Monday Night Awards.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
Right. And then there was a falling out or whatever it is. Cody Rhodes left, and WWE accepted him in. And because what he did, he changed his character and more responsible and everything else. He now became the WWE champion. So he is the face of WWE. Overall, though, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are the top 2 superstars of WWE.
But Cody, right? Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes. He's basically though like the Vince McMahon, isn't he?
What do you mean about the Vince McMahon?
He's Vince McMahon. I mean, he was the face, but he was basically the business guy. Sure, he was in plenty of skits and getting his butt beat half the time, even by Trump. But he was more about the business side of it. He represented the greed and the arrogance of the industry.
Cody Rhodes is representing the hardworking people. He's the baby face. He is the one that was the underdog all the time. Now he overachieved. Not as Daniel Bryan when he did it, but more respect because everybody knows him outside of WWE. So his fan base grew.
Does he hold that same position that McMahon did, or it's not the same?
No. That's Triple H. Triple H.
Unless he's calling
unless he's running the show. He's talking about Triple H.
So Triple H is now. He's now the new McMahon.
Yeah. And he is already confirmed that he is main eventing the Hall of Fame. They're going to induct him to the Hall of Fame. So,
but mind you, the WWE was bought by the TK. Was it TKO?
TKO, right?
TKO, which is owners of UFC.
Right. Vince McMahon sold it, and it had to go fast because if you watch, you got to watch the documentary on Netflix. It's 6 episodes of Vince McMahon, and they tell you
it's there.
That scandal that he went through. Of course, they don't talk about it, but they put it before every episode. Listen, he was not around in the last few episodes because of this. He had to step down when they made that merger. He was there to ring the bell at the stock exchange. The next day, he had to resign. Just like that.
Wow.
And to confirm everything else, remember his daughter, Stephanie McMahon, was also was the CEO, right?
There's a name.
Or the CCO, whatever, all these letters.
It's 3 letters.
When
yeah.
Vince McMahon came back to take over the WWE, she stepped down.
So there are no
already know.
McMahons anymore. There are
No.
no McMahons in the WWE.
No.
Okay. All right. Hey,
Even the son was out.
out.
Yeah.
Thanks
People
for the
got-
update, man.
People got mad when Shane McMahon came back
Mhm.
because he wanted to win the Royal Rumble. They looked at him like, man, get out of here with your bullshit. Yeah, it was for real. But
Wow.
hey, anyways,
Thank
look,
you.
tune
Appreciate
in,
it.
man, because wrestling is, in my opinion, wrestling
Come
today
back.
right now is a lot better than the Attitude Era.
Then the when?
Yeah.
The
Than the
Attitude
Attitude Era. It is.
The Attitude Era?
Mhm. Even
What
the
era?
even
Like the
even
early
the
2000s.
wrestlers that were in it was like, it's now worth watching. This is the Vince McMahonism went
Can
out
we
the window.
compare it to the 80s, though, or not yet?
80s sucked, man. What are you
Are
talking
you
about?
fucking kidding me, dude? Those were the days when
No.
we had
I
Hogan
loved
and
it.
the
Don't get me
Giant.
wrong. Don't
The
get me wrong. I loved it.
the-
But the only
when
reason
you
it sucked, and
compare
Hector
it-
could tell you, who is other co-host on HHW show, is that you don't have Hulk Hogan hogging the TV or hogging the title.
Okay.
Remember, he was a
I see what you're saying.
The championship used to go around, but not the
Mhm.
heavyweight championship.
Right.
That's no longer the case anymore.
Now it goes
All right.
around more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, we enjoyed it because we were kids. Like, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
But you had it.
it's-
Who was your hero?
I mean, we all loved Hogan, but I also liked what was that guy who used to eat the corners? George the Animal
George the
Steel.
Animal
George the Animal Steel.
Well, I love
he
that
was
guy.
my first wrestling card. Though you know
Really?
those baseball cards. It was in wrestling.
Yeah.
He was my first one, and he
I
was
love
actually
that guy.
eating the turnbuckle. He was all hairy
But
looking.
he was
dude.
awesome. He was awesome, dude. He was just great.
Yeah.
Who was the one with the rubber band in his
Lou
beard?
Albano.
Lou Albano. Captain
Damn it,
Lou
that's
Albano.
his name. He came on that video with Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Is that really her dad? Or that was just a stunt?
No, that's a stunt. No.
Yeah, that was like, but they were like this.
Yeah,
He was
but
in
she
various. Yeah.
She was really into wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why she got involved with Wendy Richter on WrestleMania
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
Wendy
Oh my
Richter.
God. We
Oh
talking
my
about
God, my
way
head hurts
back now. Yeah. She got mad. So in the documentary, they mentioned her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there was another superstar. They got mad because they didn't want to lose the belt. It was Wendy Richter. She did not want to lose the belt. And so Vince McMahon did a McMahon, almost like he did to Bret Hart, the screw job, right? The Montreal screw. He did that before to her, and he
No
made a
way.
statement. This is business, not personal, business,
Yeah.
because they knew that her stocks were falling. They needed to put somebody in there, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that's what my mind is thinking. Frank, is my prediction for this Royal Rumble. Whose stocks are raising up? That's who's going to win the Royal Rumble. So it's a business point.
It's a business and a soap opera all at
Yeah.
once.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
no one could say that wrestling's fake anymore because JD McDonough did a flip and he's now out for like a lot of months. It was live on TV where he hit his head on the commentator table, and that table don't break no more, by the way, Frank.
Yeah,
if you wanted, they
know.
redid it. And
Ooh.
his head went backwards, like he landed like in the lower part of the neck, and his
Yeah.
head snapped back. And with a broken rib and a punctured lung, he still wrestled for another 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, man. A lot of evolution. A lot of it. I mean, we can talk all night, man. I know you
Oh, I
gotta
know.
go.
See what
I
you
know
started?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm,
love
cut,
wrestling,
I'm
you know.
cutting it off.
Yeah. Hey, tune in this Saturday.
All right, man. Thank
Hey,
you.
gracias. Take it
Dale,
easy, buddy.
Capitan.
Look, thank you to Obi, for coming on, having great discussion with Carlos. That was a classic moment. You guys went back and forth, back and forth. Voices were elevated. You couldn't really hear Obi for some reason. His mic was was lower. So
I didn't
was
boost
playing
anything.
around.
Yeah.
No, well, I was boosting his.
Oh, okay.
I boosted his and I brought yours
Yeah.
down a little bit, kind of even it out. But
All right.
you know
No,
what?
sorry.
Nah, but it's cool. But look, you know what? We started off the show talking about the clown, actually arguing about the clown because it wasn't even talking.
President's clown to you,
That's
sir.
fine, President Clown, whatever you want to call him. All right, and we end up talking wrestling and smiles. People,
That's what the
today
show's always been about.
was a classic example of what our show is. It's okay to get heated. It's okay to get mad. All right, it's okay, and you have to speak facts. And you know what? Once you're done and the argument is done, you go back to being the same individuals you were, respectfully. All right, and we're gonna close it like this. Today was again the example of you might agree with what I'm saying, you might disagree with what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, we're speaking it real. Thank you for watching. Speaking with You is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. See you next week. Thank you for watching. Speaking with You is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. See you next week.